You ever have a neighbor so entitled they treat your home like public property? Well, buckle up because Marcy didn't just cross the line, she installed her own welcome mat inside my garage. Hey everyone, before we begin, drop a comment telling me which state and country you're watching from today. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you love hearing true HOA stories. I live in Pinecrest Vale, a postcard perfect subdivision where every lawn's trimmed to military precision, and we've all memorized the HOA handbook. So, naturally, someone on the board had to be named Marcy. She was the self appointed queen of complainers, the final boss of Lawn Ranger drama. We'd clashed over everything: solar path lights too bright, flower pots unauthorized, even the color of my welcome mat. 3 years of tightrope diplomacy and passive aggressive post its later, I figured I'd seen it all, until one afternoon I strolled out to find her yellow Lamborghini Urus parked smack in the middle of my garage. Blink, rewind, repeat. That wasn't my Lamborghini Urus, and yet there it was, sporting a HOA vice chair decal on the back window like a VIP badge. My house number, my tool racks, my workbench, everything was intact, except the obvious fact that this was my space. I marched over to Marcy's perfect petunia patch and rang her doorbell. She answered, cool as cucumber, iced green tea in hand. "Is that your Lamborghini Urus in my garage?" I asked, voice low. She shrugged, took a sip, and said, "Oh, yes. I thought you weren't using the space. I needed extra parking for my daughter's Lamborghini Urus." I blinked again. "You thought? Cloned your remote last week. Easy fix," she laughed. "Folks, cloning someone's garage remote? That's not a mix-up. It's a federal misdemeanor." Before I could dial 911, I felt a spark of inspiration. This wasn't about filing a report. This was about staging the most epic public takedown in HOA history. Marcy was playing by her rules. Well, I was going to write the next chapter. After Marcy's confession, I could have pressed charges, but a citation wouldn't teach her humility. No, what she needed was a lesson in consequences. So I rang up my friend and real estate lawyer, Simon the Shark Delgado. Over a double shot espresso, I laid out the saga: remote cloning, illegal entry, brazen entitlement. He chuckled for a solid minute before delivering two gems. "This is trespass, felony level, and anything you do to secure your property now is rock solid legal." Perfect. I hung up, changed every access code, upgraded to biometric entry, and installed 4 surveillance cameras. Then I packed my suitcase. That's right, I was already booked for 2 weeks in Italy on business. Marcy had unknowingly triggered a countdown. Day 1. Marcy rolls up in her Lamborghini Urus, spots the locked steel-reinforced garage door, and waves to me through the tinted glass like she's on safari. I'm halfway through Rome sipping cappuccino when my phone buzzes. Marcy freaked, called locksmiths, nobody can get in, even filed an HOA emergency request. LOL. Next text, a 15-second video of her fuming on the phone, gesturing wildly at the impenetrable door. Day 3. Another update. Fire department turned her away. No emergency. I laughed so hard, my espresso nearly shot out my nose. Meanwhile, I'm conquering Mount Vesuvius and sending postcard-style play-by-play. Marcy's Lamborghini Urus still parked outside. Garage gate. Day 5. A neighbor, Tom, filmed Marcy holding a clipboard, reading the property deed through tears as local news crews showed up. It went semi-viral. Golf cart queen's garage revenge. Views soared. By the time I landed back home, Marcy had burned through 2 locksmith estimates and dozens of HOA appeals. She was $7,200 in the hole. Perfectly legal, perfectly satisfying. The grand finale unfolded on my first morning back. I strolled onto the driveway to find the neighborhood gathered: kids on bikes, retirees on rocking chairs, even HOA board members peeking over fences. At the center of it all stood Marcy, clutching a stack of invoices, pale as the linen she always wore for board meetings. "Ladies and gentlemen," I announced, "welcome to the reopening of 23 Maple Drive." I swiped my thumb on the biometric reader and the door hissed open. Inside, to Marcy's horror, her Lamborghini Urus, fried batteries, moldy upholstery, dust everywhere, looking like they'd been in a ship's hold. She gasped. I stepped aside and held up a framed citation ripped from the HOA code, section 4.2.3, unauthorized remote access. Automatic lockdown authorization granted to homeowner. The crowd murmured approval. Marcy stammered, "This is." I smiled. "This is your doing." She sank to the hood of her Lamborghini Urus, mortified as Tom handed her a $6,500 invoice from my welding crew. The real twist? The HOA board repurposed my biometric gate as the new community security standard because none of them wanted anyone messing with their garages again. Marcy? She resigned from her vice chair post and moved 3 blocks away under an alias, too embarrassed to face the cul-de-sac she'd terrorized. And me, I had my perfect garage back, stronger than ever, its steel gate gleaming in the sun with a new pride plaque. Access, authorized personnel only. Violators will be welded out. Like if you enjoyed the showdown, subscribe for more HOA justice served cold, and drop a comment. Ever had a Karen crash your personal space? Let us know below.